everyone, it's Music Man from Sharp Minds Music. And the biggest question that I hear from beginners who don't know much about music or just starting out is, what instrument should I play? Or what instrument should I begin on? So, here today, I'm going to answer that question and help you decide what instrument you could start on. Just letting you know this right now, there is actually no such thing as the perfect instrument for you, or for anyone out there. It's just up to your preference, what sounds nice to you, and what you can handle in your time schedule. So, without any further ado, let's begin the video. There is no such thing as the best instrument, and this should not be a big roadblock for you when you're choosing your instrument. The best instrument for you should not be what you and people out there classify as the easiest or the most popular. Get those out of here and don't believe those. The best instrument for you should be the instrument that you enjoy the most, you like the sound of, and be the one that you have time for in your schedule, and the instrument that you'll have time to come back to. Start with the sound you like. When choosing an instrument, think of this one question. What instrument, or instruments, hopefully just one though, do I like the sound of? That instrument there should be the instrument that you look into, or could be your future practicing instrument. Because if you don't like the sound of an instrument and that's the instrument you choose, you'll be less motivated to start practicing, you'll dislike it, and if you do take lessons and you go to your lessons for that instrument, you won't practice, you won't get anything done, and that's not very good. So, when choosing an instrument, always make sure you like the sound of the instrument. What are the instrument families? There are a lot of them out there, and to help you narrow them down and to find that instrument that you want, here are some of them, okay? So the first one is a very common one, and it's called the keyboard family. In the keyboard family, you have the piano, you also have the harpsichord, the organ, the callista, stuff like that. Then you have the string family. In the string family, you have the guitar, the bass guitar, the acoustic guitar, so many guitars. You also have the violin, the cello, the viola, and the contrabass. Those four you would find in orchestras. The next one is the woodwind family, and that includes clarinet, flute, saxophone, oboe, recorder, bassoon, and English horn. The next one is the brass family, and that includes trumpet, trombone, French horn, tuba, euphonium, baritone, and many more. The next one would be percussion, and that's just like several percussion instruments. You got bass drum, snare drum, marimba, xylophone, and like several other like plastic wooden things. So if you want to learn melodies or like rhythms and stuff like that, I would suggest string, piano, like woodwind, brass, stuff like that. If you just want to do rhythm, you don't want to learn notes or melodies or anything like that, choose percussion. That would be the one for you. Why most people start out either on the piano or the guitar. And the reason why is because they are the two most popular instruments out there that people actually start on. The piano is because everything is laid in front of you, all the music is in front of you, you just have to sit down and just play one key at a time. Maybe even, but who knows, we'll get to that in a future video. The guitar is because it's portable, it can be played in many different genres of music, so it's very useful as long as you get used to the feeling of the strings on your fingers. But the piano and guitar don't have to be the only two instruments that you can choose from. There's several out there, like I've mentioned, but they are the most two common ones chosen. Think about your lifestyle. When choosing an instrument, you should also think about these three questions. Do I have time in my schedule for this? Do I need something quiet? Do I need something that has to be portable? So, for the first question, do I have time in my schedule? That's like the most important question out of the three, because if you don't have time in your schedule, why choose an instrument to play? Because you'll have no time to practice, what's the point? For the second one, do I need something quiet? Yeah, if you have lots of people in your building, like for example, you're in an apartment building and the walls are very thin, making lots of ruckus, making lots of loud noises, that's not very good. You could have a noise complaint, that's not great. The third one, do I need something portable? Because for example, if you get like a piano, like a massive grand piano, you can't take that around unless you disassemble it, but I don't think you want to do that. That's time consuming and a lot to set up. But guitar, on the other hand, is a great way to take something along, because you don't have to disassemble it, just put it in a case and just like bring it with you in the airport or something, I don't know. So yeah, think about these three questions and you'll be set. Difficulty is very much a thing, and it matters. So, the biggest question a beginner would ask in music, who doesn't play anything, would be, what is the easiest instrument? And let me tell you this right now, there is no such thing as an easy instrument. Every instrument is hard in their own way. Yes, and even those little plastic recorders you play in school. So, when choosing an instrument, if you do like your instrument, you enjoy it a lot, those roadblocks that appear in your way while playing the instrument, you'll just pass it, you'll get through it, you'll be fine. If you don't like the instrument, the classification of the instrument being easy will disappear and it will feel very, very hard to you. You can always change your instrument later. Because like, if you pick up an instrument from your local music shop, and you're like, oh yeah, I'll totally enjoy this instrument, this is the perfect instrument for me, I'll never change. Most chances are that might not actually happen, and you will most likely change your instrument, or just not play the instrument at all. So the good thing about this is, if you didn't progress so much in your instrument, you can always change your instrument. So for example, you're playing the saxophone, and you don't like how much air you have to throw into an instrument or something like that. You don't like the sound of the instrument. That's fine. If you didn't play so much on that instrument, you can always give that instrument back and choose something different. Like I said, the piano or guitar, they are the most common instruments out there, but maybe those aren't the ones for you. But yeah, you can always choose clarinet, flute, trumpet, trombone, percussion. There's so much out there that you can choose. Many musicians who start out on the piano and guitar would then switch over into a different instrument, and that's perfectly fine, that's their choice. But what does matter is learning the instrument and the music, not choosing perfectly on the first time. Here are 3 common mistakes that beginners make. I'll show them right here. Number 1. Choosing an instrument because someone told you to. Do not do this, parents. Please, if your child does not want to play an instrument, don't make them play it, okay? Number 2. Choosing an instrument you do not like the sound of. Don't do this. Please choose an instrument that you like. And number 3. Quitting because it feels way too difficult early on. Trust me, from experience, when I was playing piano from a young age, I didn't like it. It was really difficult, but since I progressed, I feel more comfortable on the piano and I start to like it even more. Yay! So yeah, it feeling really difficult at the start is totally normal. And when you progress, it'll feel more easier. And you'll sound way more professional, and people will like that. If you're stuck, here's some advice that I can give you for starting. Choose an instrument that you like the sound of and that fits your lifestyle. You do not need experience. You do not need talent. All you need to do is to pick up that instrument and start playing. Hi, it's Music Man from the future. Something I forgot to mention in the time I was recording those past 9 videos was that instruments can be very, very expensive, ranging from literally a couple $100s to thousands upon millions of dollars. So, hopefully you have a pretty large budget and a lot of money. But something I would suggest looking out for maybe would be like going on Amazon, or like if you do go to a music store, like picking up like a recorder, like a plastic one for example, because those ones are pretty cheap. Yeah, all of those. Yeah, so that's it. That's the whole video. I hope that helped you choosing an instrument, and if not, maybe you don't like playing music, and if that's the case, then that's perfectly fine. Maybe this video is not the one that's for you. But if it did help you, then yay! I would like to see the instrument that you chose. So could you tell me what instrument you chose in the comments? That'd be amazing. Or are you thinking of choosing? So yeah, I'll let you go. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!